I can get it back.
So we're going to start with some breathing, and then we're going to do some movement. And the movement is very much focusing on core strength, which is also going to be really great for you, Maddie, because your core, or we've got fascial lines everywhere, but our core is very connected to our hips as well. And the
Mm-hmm.
stronger your core is, the more protected your hips are, stable your hips are. So it'll be
Right.
great for you. But be nice to yourself.
I'll try.
And Anne too, be nice to yourself. And Sophie and everybody, okay? Just look after yourselves. Right. So we're going to start with box breathing. So we're going to start with the count of 4, breathing in, holding, breathing out, and holding. But what I'm going to do is I'm not going to say anything at all. So I'm not going to count it for you. You can do it in your head. So it means that you can lead the speed that feels good for you. Okay, so remember it's in for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold for 4, and just see how gently and slowly you can do it. And I'll do it with you as well. And feel free to open or close your eyes, whatever feels better to you. And when you feel ready, gently open your eyes. We're going to move into a lying down position. So make sure all your props and stuff are nearby as well. So cushions, balls, bands, anything that might make moves easier for you. And water. And box breathing, you know, I quite like. It's a great way to settle your body and your mind down, ready for exercise. So we're going to lie down with our knees bent. That's it. Trying to push this blinking dog away. You'll be shut out, sweetie, and I don't want to do that. So knees bent, and I'd like you to tilt your pubic bone towards your nose on an out breath, and pubic bone down towards your toes on an in breath. So nice and smooth and gentle. And while you're doing this, see how light you can get your feet on the floor. So you're not actually going to hover the feet above the floor, but I'd like you to use more your tummy to make this move as opposed to pressing your feet down into the mat or the bed. Gorgeous. And continue the same move, but this time we're going to circle the pelvis. So very gentle, smooth circles, still keeping the feet gentle on the floor, so it's not coming from the hamstrings or the buttocks. All this move is coming from the tummy. So try and draw your belly button up. And circle the other direction as well. And then bring your pelvises to somewhere in the middle. And then we're going to slide the shoulder blades up the bed and then down the bed. So sliding them up and down. And one more up to the ears. And then slide them down and try and rest them down away from your ears. And very gently tucking the chin just lightly and turning your head side to side. That's it. So you've got a nice long neck at the back. And then gently bringing your head back towards a central neutral position. That's it. And take a few deep breaths here. Okay, we're going to turn into heel raises now. So making sure your pelvis stays neutral and supported. We're going to draw one heel up and lower it down. And then the other heel up and lower. And we're finding stability here in our trunk. That's it. And still keeping that gorgeous stability in your trunk, we're going to bring one knee into tabletop and then return it back down. So finding that stability as you do this and swapping sides. So it's like you're walking on the spot. If this is too much for you today, and it's perfectly acceptable for it to be too much, because you need to think about what's good for your body for today, feel free to continue with the heel raises instead. So it's almost like you're marching on the spot, but with total stability. And we're going to make this move a little bit harder for those of you who can tolerate it by lifting the knee, drawing the knee away from the body just a touch. So you'll probably want to bring it all the way out. I want you to bring it out a little bit with control. Return it back to the center and down. Still working on stabilizing your trunk. And your pelvis will want to lift in the opposite direction to your knee. And you're going to embed that pelvis down into your mattress or your mat. And then it wouldn't be Mobilates without a little bit of coordination. So we're going to lift the opposite arm up to the opposite leg. As the knee moves out, the arm is going to move out. And then return and down. That's it. Just remembering to stabilize as you do this. We're now going to circle both. So we're going to lift one arm and one knee, circle it around down to the floor. So lifting one arm, one knee, circling it around down to the floor. And as always, this move needs to be small and controlled. And this is your final one like this. As we move into releasing the tummy, so the tummy's worked really hard then, it's been very subtle but quite deep. So this is a release for your tummy like this, or some of you might prefer hugging your knees in towards your chest and circling like this instead. Okay, moving into the 100, but a lazy version of the 100. So the 100 is all about moving the arms like this without getting bitten by a dog. No, no. Apparently I'm not stern enough with him. Right, I'm going to shut him out for a moment. Come on, cutie. Come on. There you go. You stay there. Okay, so lazy hundreds, my favourite. So what we're doing is we're pumping the arms like this in a slow, controlled manner. But what you'll notice is if you let your tummy muscles go, so try and breathe and let them go, can you see that it's a little bit wobbly? So you're kind of sliding up and down the mat. But the minute you then start activating the tummy, and the best way to imagine that is drawing the belly button down towards your mattress, that will stabilize as you do this. And then people often forget to breathe. So we tend to say breathing in for 5 and out for 5. But as always, some people find that really stressful. So you could just breathe, breathing in and out whenever you feel the need to breathe, nice and deep, without holding your breath. And this is the first of the 34 Joseph Pilates moves. And it was designed to start pumping the blood gently around the body and warming you up for exercise. And then we're going to take it easy by letting the arms go, turning the palms upwards and breathing. Nice deep breaths. Okay, rolling over onto our sides. And Maddie, is it sore to lie on one side? Do you think you're okay?
Let me just assess.
Yeah, see how it feels, because we can do
No,
it on
it
your
feels
back
all right.
instead if you prefer.
Yeah, I think I'm all right.
Okay. Generally, having the bottom leg bent softens the load a little bit. Sometimes when you're like this, you can feel more weight pushed down into the hip. So we're all going to keep the bottom leg soft for today, for now. And then I'd like you to lengthen the top leg with control. And then imagine someone is pulling that top leg away from you, and then your top leg's coming back again. So this hip is moving away from the rib cage and moving back, and the top leg floats as you do it. It can be quite heavy. Legs can be very heavy. So, oh, there's my ball. There we go. Some people like to put their foot on a ball and push and return. So that can be an option for you as well, if it feels better to you. And feeling underneath your waist, I want you to imagine you're lifting your waist up and then returning it back down. So have that sensation of lifting. A lot of Pilates instructors say create space, like some ants can crawl underneath, but really, if you've got a normal body, you're not going to be able to create space underneath you. So it's more the sensation of lifting up as this lengthens and return. That's it. Now, has anyone noticed any tension coming into their neck and shoulders doing this? It's just one of those things. So lots of shaking of heads and one nod. Okay. If you notice tension, often it's because we're holding stuff up here instead of thinking about this bit here. So sometimes it helps to roll the shoulder back, or maybe even put your hand on a ball or a block in front. Sometimes that helps as well. Okay, so now we're going to feel that waist activation as we lengthen the leg, and we're going to have a small lift and lower and return. So pushing the leg away, lift, lower and return. See how slowly you can do this. And it's a very small move, especially as this bit's lengthened, so it's very hard to get much higher than that anyway when that bit's lengthened. I see lots of people compensating when they do this one, and they kind of do this and then they're crunching up here. But what we're going for is here, which is a lovely shoulder stabilizer, not shoulder, hip. That's it. Okay. Then we're going to lengthen, keep this bit nice and long as we draw the leg forward and draw the leg back. Now it is your tummy that is going to work to stabilize, so draw the belly button back as you do this. Nice and deep breaths. You could flex the heel to draw the leg forward and point the toe to draw it back. That's it. And for here, I tend to imagine I've got a wet t-shirt, so my tummy doesn't like the feel of wet. So I'm pulling my tummy away from that t-shirt. Is anyone getting achy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's bring that leg in front. That's it. So give it some love. We're just trying to make sure that we disperse any lactic acid and get some blood flow to the area. And then we're going to hug our heads like this. That's it. And your knees coming up a little bit closer towards the tummy. If this isn't available to you, you can have a higher cushion in front like this and be here instead. Okay, so this is one option if hugging your head doesn't work. So we're going to keep our knees stacked as we open up, rotating, keeping the elbow in your peripheral vision as you breathe in and exhale. That's it. Breathing in as you open up. Exhaling as you close. And one more time, breathing in. And exhaling. And we're going to roll over to the other side. So feel free to roll to put your backs towards me if you prefer, or twizzle round. So find a comfy position. That's it. Maddie, you're probably going to tire easier on this side, so do take it easy if you need to, okay? Don't keep forcing yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. So making sure your hips are stacked. That's it. And we're going to lengthen the leg. That's it. Oh, well done, Anne. You need a longer bed. So we're lengthening the leg, and we're going to imagine somebody's pulling that leg away from you, scooping up, and then returning. So remembering that nice sensation of lifting in the waist, lengthening the leg.
I don't think I do this.
Does it feel awful?
Yeah.
Yeah. So either get a ball to put your foot on, because it might be too much pressure on that hip, or lie on your back for me.
Okay.
That's it. You might just need to have your leg resting on something today for this one. So sliding away, lifting up and returning. And we're going to reach and gently lift and lower. Reach, small lift and lower. That's it. And we'll rest after this one before we go into the forward and back. Whoo, and return. Well done, Maddie. So Maddie, your version is going to be lying on the back and sliding that leg out and bringing it back, but small and slow.
Okay.
And that'll be the one that you were lifting up.
Yeah.
So now we're going to lengthen and push the leg forward, point the toe and draw it back. Still imagining wet t-shirt, drawing your tummy away from that wet t-shirt. So gliding it forward, gliding it back. Can we tolerate one more, do you think? That's it. Well done for resting when you needed to then. Let's bring that leg in front. Give it some love. Okay, giving your heads a hug. That's it. We're going to open the book, allowing our spine to rotate, keeping the hips stacked as you breathe in. And exhale as you close. So just watching that elbow doesn't drop below the shoulder as you open. And exhale as you close. Okay, one more. And close. So we're going to move into a 4-point kneeling position. And there's some of you I know that don't enjoy being in 4-point kneeling. So if you're that person, I want you to lie on your back instead, and I've got adaptations for you. So the 4-point kneeling that we're going to do is where we basically stabilize ourselves. So our shoulders are away from our ears, our elbows are soft, knees underneath hips. And we're going to keep the spine super straight as we allow the tummy to drop down to the floor, but it's not moving. The spine stays really straight and still, and then draw the tummy up. So can you see my spine isn't moving, but my tummy is dropping. In fact, you can't see my tummy, can you? Let me do this. So dropping and then drawing up, but keeping the spine straight and still. Okay? So nice and gentle. Those of you upside down, you're doing the same thing. So you're basically imitating us like this. And you're going to breathe in and allow the tummy to rest. And then breathe out, draw the tummy down towards the mat, but without your back pressing into the mat, okay? So you're going to keep that neutral position in the spine as you breathe in and breathe out. And either way, it's super effective. You're working against gravity with this one. Those in 4-point kneeling, you're now going to lift your tummy up from the floor, even though I'm sure your tummies weren't actually resting on the floor. And you're going to reach an arm away and then return. And then reach the other arm away and return. Those of you on your backs, the same thing, like this. So, drawing the tummy down as you reach the arm back, breathing in as you return, breathing out, and breathing in. Seeing how still you can get your trunk. And then when you're ready, you might want to come off your wrists for a little bit if you've been doing 4-point kneeling. That's it. So some people like to do this, or Martha, I like to do that too. This is my favourite.
Yeah.
And then we're going to move into cat and cow. So we're going to very gently move between the two options like this. If you are on your backs, you get to do the shoulder bridge. So you will be very gently peeling your spine up off the mat and peeling back down. So just smooth and slow, whichever version you're doing, just really enjoy it. And then when you're ready, roll over onto your backs. That's it. Amy said goodbye, everyone, by the way. She's had to head off to work. So on your backs, you might want to put a pillow underneath your head and open your palms to the sky and gently sway the knees side to side so we can give the tummy some respite now. That's it, smoothly and slowly. Okay. For those of you who want a little bit more, we're going to do just a couple more moves and then move into relaxation. So, the option for you if you fancy it is to gently lift the head and shoulders off the mat and reach towards the heels. And then reach one side, return to the center, reach to the other side, return to the center, and lower back down. If that is a lot for your neck and shoulders, which is very, very normal, this is a really good alternative as you reach and return. So you've got your head resting on the ball, reach and return. Okay, so give it a go if you want to as you reach and return and reach and return, and try not to let the ball win. So it's really easy to kind of let the neck sink down and the ball hold your head up. Try and kind of lift the chest so you're keeping a bit more of a straight line as you reach, return, and reach, and return, but do have breaks when you need to so you don't bring tension into your neck and shoulders. The alternative for that, if those two moves don't work for you, is to move down to the hips instead. So instead of the rib cage reaching down to the hip, you could reach the hip up to the rib cage and return. Up to the rib cage and return. So the pelvis still stays kind of flat as you do this. So you're not kind of lifting this way, it's more the hoiking the hip up to the ribs. Final one like this. That's it. And bring the feet together and open the knees away from each other. And without forcing them open, just let them open, and you may want to butterfly them a little bit. And this is a really good way. Opening the knees like this is a nice way to let the pelvic floor muscles switch off. So try and let them go if you feel comfortable too. And then bring the feet together and lower the knees all the way down towards one side, being careful of your rib cage, Anne. That's it. Well done. And breathe into that position. Using your belly button towards your spine to bring the knees back to the center and over to the other side. And bringing your head, your knees back towards the center. We're going to tread some grapes. So lengthen the legs and push the heels away from you one at a time. And if your shoulders feel okay doing it, you could reach the arms away as well, either like this or like this if that's better for you. And then open the legs a little bit wider, open the arms, and bring one hand to the other, keeping the legs where they are. That's it. And then swapping sides. So one more each side. And the other side. And then allow your body to settle in a comfortable position as we move into relaxation. So if you want to roll over onto your side, if that's more comfortable, feel free. If you prefer to sit up, that's absolutely fine too. Just get yourself comfortable. And place one hand on your belly. And allow your eyes to softly close, or you could just allow the gaze to soften. And find yourself a comfortable position that allows you to feel grounded and safe. And tune into your rhythmic breath with full awareness. And create a sense of space all around you. and allow it to expand. Experience the weight of your body resting on your bed or your mat. Notice the sensations in different parts of your body. And see if you can find an area of your body that has some pleasant sensations going on. And it could be as simple as the breath coming in through your nose, or the feel of your fingertips on your bedding. Just find one area in your body that feels okay. And I want you to imagine that area in your body, wherever it may be, to glow. Imagine it glowing. And imagine that glow spreading further into your body. Gently growing and spreading, so it touches more and more parts of your body, almost as though this glow is healing and soothing you. Until your whole body is full of this glow. And then you might want to swap your hand on your belly, so put the other one on there. And feel the rise and fall of your hand as you breathe in and out. And imagine the breath is like a wave rising up as you breathe in and falling down as you breathe out. Watching the wave with the motion of your breath, rising as you breathe in and falling as you breathe out. And each time your thoughts wander, I just want you to gently return them to the awareness of your breath. As finding your inner silence as you breathe in and as you breathe out. And then allow both arms to relax. And see if we can further let our bodies go by releasing any tension in our jaw and in the mouth. You might like to turn your palms upwards either side of you. Allow your shoulders and your neck to let go of any tension. Allow your legs and your buttocks to just let go. Allow your chest area to open and soften, and your face to smooth, and your fingers and your toes to fully relax. Breathing in and out. Almost as though you're floating on that wave, with your body fully relaxed and supported. And then allow your awareness to expand to the room around you. So open the ears and start to notice the sounds around you. And allow the sounds to sharpen your awareness in the room. And then gradually expand to beyond your room. And then allow your eyelids to flutter open gently. And take in what you can see. Notice the light and the colours and the furniture. And then gently wiggle your fingers and your toes. And gradually move your mind back into the present moment, where you can move on with the rest of your day feeling happy and relaxed, energized, and hopefully with your pain soothed. We're going to take a deep energizing breath in as we reach the arms above our heads. Press the hands together as you push them down past your chest in honor of those super strong abdominals. Well done, everybody.